Hey, happy Friday! What's going on? Not much. Just chilling, number two. It's crazy that there is such a long delay where my video feed hasn't started. Whoa, but there's chatters so you guys can see it. So there's something wrong. Yeah, VHS. I thought that I saw you in July though, so it hasn't been that long. I thought you popped on one of my streams that I had. But there still seems to be a delay for me because it's saying I'm offline on the browser. So that's weird. But anyway, we gotta roll ads. Sorry. They make you do it. Once you're affiliate, you have to do it. So we gotta do it. We're gonna do 3 minutes. We have an uninterrupted hour. But actually, I really should be going to bed very soon. So we'll see if I'm here for an hour. I say that a lot. I'm like, it's gonna be a quick stream, gonna be a quick stream. And then it never is. So we'll see. Either way, gotta roll the ads. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I'm not even sure who's rolling the ads. I also would just like to say that I was feeling very confident and thinking that I looked really cute today, but under this glaring ring light, which is the exact same lighting that I used just nights ago, I feel disgusting, kind of. What's with that? Is it because it's casting a shadow on half my face? Is it because the screen is accentuating my forehead? I don't know. I was digging the look today, and now this, I'm like, never mind, I guess. Crazy. Crazy. You saw that pic? I looked so cute. Actually, I don't know if you saw it, but you know what I'm talking. Like, I looked so good today, but this lighting is nuts. Maybe we should change the color. That's a lot better, I think. Maybe a color? Ooh. I actually love this. I get that it kind of is really grainy and doesn't look good on the camera, but I love the red. The green looks better. I feel like an alien. That's horrible. That's fine. Love this color. Back to, oh, a headache. Just casually changing colors. This is kind of nice. I wonder if I could make it go faster. No, I don't think so. It's pretty cool. I think I might stick to this. Sorry if that's annoying. I also love these glasses, but again, they just look fucking huge right now. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, what's up? I don't regret coming on here, but I have to keep my time limited. I have to wake up early, and I have a full day of tarot to do tomorrow, so I can't be up doing this all night. I honestly wanted to do it when I got home, but I just needed to sit for a little while. I've been running all day, so I was like, I'm gonna sit on the couch, and there's nothing anybody can do about it, and I'm gonna post in the X-Files Reddit, and I'm gonna, my life. I finished Harsh Realm. I was talking about that the other day. The ending was horrible. As it turns out, they got canceled after 3 episodes. Pulled off the air after 3 episodes. Like, some shows get canceled after 3 seasons. Not Harsh Realm. They got 3 episodes canceled, pulled, lost their slot. And they still, like, they knew they weren't getting renewed. They probably didn't have a budget for the show, which is crazy because it was very involved with special effects. And oh my god, they just kept going. It's only 9 episodes, sure, but the last episode is the worst one. And not to spoil it or anything, but it did come out in 1999 and was canceled after 3 episodes. There's 1 season, 9 episodes in it. No spoilers or anything, but the ending fucking sucked. They give you absolutely no conclusion. And the thing is, like, X-Files has a plot, and then it also has Monster of the Week, right? And so some episodes are plot episodes, some episodes, Monster of the Week episodes. So you watch X-Files, you're like, damn, no plot this week. Okay, another monster this week. It's different with streaming, for sure. But with Harsh Realm, which honestly has nothing to do with X-Files, except for the fact that there is 1 episode of X-Files that is like Harsh Realm. But To be honest, I think the X-Files episode may have come out after Harsh Realm. So Chris Carter may have been, because he's the creator of both, he may have been trying to garner some attention or some interest for Harsh Realm when he made that X-Files episode. Because I'm pretty sure the episode I'm thinking of is in season 7, which would have come out in 2001, and Harsh Realm came out in 2009. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's look. Let's see. First person shooter, 2000. I think this is the episode. Yes. Is it? Why doesn't it say what season this is? Why does this not have season and episode? It's IMDb and it doesn't tell me. It's just like, here's all the visual effects people, which is cool, respect. Oh, this is just credits. Here we go. Okay. February 27th, 2000. So this actually came out probably when Harsh Realm ended. Because Harsh Realm started 1999, ended 2000, but it's only 9 episodes. So obviously it didn't get that far into 2000. Figure it's only 9 weeks, right? Unless it took them longer to make episodes because it got pulled. It still doesn't tell me like what season. That's so weird. Why does it not say what season this is from? Sorry. See, I told you I gotta go to bed. I think it is season 7 because then there's articles about season 7 at the end of the film, at the end of the page. And X-Files ended in 2003, which means season 7 was 2000, season 8 would be 2001, 2002. That doesn't make sense unless it was just constantly on TV. Maybe it did end in 2002. Oh, it is. Yeah, it did end in 2002. My bad. Thought I knew everything X-Files. I don't. So I know nobody really cares about this. But now I'm looking at Harsh Realm. First episode date, October 8th, 1999. Why doesn't it say last episode date? Oh, it does right here. Oh, there was a hiatus. So it ran from October 8th to November 12th, 1999. Didn't resume until May 5th to May 19th in 2000. That's really interesting. And what day did we say? The other one was February. So it came out in the midst of Harsh Realm. That's so funny to me that Chris Carter must have really loved this idea that he did with Harsh Realm. Got no credit, got no love, got no action from the show. Worked it into an episode of X-Files. That's so funny to me. But I actually thought the show was pretty good. And I don't like war content. I think it's desensitization propaganda. They want us to think war is normal and okay and heroic and a part of life and not that bad and glorious. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into it by any means. But this show I actually thought was pretty good. And maybe part of it is because it is a game where it's like it's not a real war. So it makes it okay. I don't know. I don't want to justify it, but I actually did kind of like it, which is weird. It's not my normal type of show. So would I say watch it? Sure, but be prepared to be disappointed. That's what I was saying. Like X-Files has its Monster of the Week episodes, but every single episode of Harsh Realm, granted it's only 8 episodes I'm talking about, was relevant to the plot, continued the story, might have a little like side quest, but it was still furthering the plot in each episode and still focused on all the main characters. And I don't know, the last episode they just totally dropped the ball. And I totally get that they probably wanted to keep it open-ended, thinking they'd get picked up by another network, thinking they might get another season. But at the same time, if you have the most successful television show on air and you make a show that gets pulled from air, you should know it's probably the show. It's probably the show. So you should have known it wasn't going to get picked up. It just pisses me off the way it ended. It was really bad. It definitely leaves you wanting more. Pretty whack, if you ask me. Pretty fucking whack, if you ask me. But you know what we gotta do? Gotta let that shit go. I gotta let it go. I'm drinking a mix of chamomile and green tea because I'm trying to get through my tea stash. I'm currently drinking all my old tea and then moving into the new tea that I have. Trying to be patient. I have more variety in the new. This is all like basically black or green with a few herbal in between. There's some teas I've been saving for a long time. Like I have savory tea. It's like tomato tea. And on one hand, I'm so excited to drink it. On the other hand, I've never seen it before. And I only have 2 bags. So I'm like, use it sparingly. And it's like, okay, it's been probably 6 years. Drink the fucking tea. You know what I mean? Whatever. I do think tea loses its potency, but I don't think it goes bad. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, it probably does have an expiration date. I just don't care. Yeah. I'm teed up. I'm not teed it up. I'm teed up. So it's crazy. We don't really have any lurkers tonight. They got sick of my ass. They're like, she's always calling us out. She's never grateful. She's always trying to pressure us into talking. No more. No lurkers. That's all right. We chilling. I'm not gonna lie. Part of the reason I came on tonight is because I was home and I didn't want to do anything after work because I have to work. No, you're chatting. You're not a lurker. That's the difference. You're a chatter, a real viewer. You know, you're here, you're present, you're known, if you will, seen even. Not a lurker. The lurkers say nothing. And I do appreciate them, regardless of what they might be thinking. But whenever I have streamed on a Friday night, the shit's popping. It gets very busy. So I thought, man, I do want to go to bed, but I should stream because it's Friday. It's going to be a good night. Lo and behold, it's not really. No offense. Great to have you. Thanks for being here. If it weren't for you, I'd be talking to myself. You know? Cheers. I was also fixing to have a drink. I was truly fixing to have a drink. Came home, it was like long day, gotta relax, wanna unwind, Friday night, I'm gonna have a drink. And I was gonna say I don't remember the last time I drank, but that's a lie. I got wasted at the Renaissance Festival on Sunday. I haven't drank since. Feels it feels like that was a long time ago, but it was a mere 5 days ago. So there's that. And I probably will have some drinks tomorrow. And I don't have to work Sunday. So I thought, take it easy, don't do nothing. It's alright, have a cup of tea, a little chamomile, It is what it is. And it's pretty good. I think I actually like the combination of chamomile with green better than I like just chamomile and possibly even just green. Not gonna lie, because chamomile can taste so like I want to say dry. Some people are like, this tastes like beet. Hey Mordecai, psst, psst, tell him I said psst, psst, psst. And green tea can really taste like grass, which I like the taste of green tea, but when you put them together, it just kind of weakens both flavors and combines them to taste like more like a flower, even though chamomiles are flowers. The greenery of the green tea, the grass flavor gives it a more flower flavor. I don't know. I've never combined them before, but it was such a big mug that I was like, yo, let's put 2 tea bags in there. And I was looking through my tea and I'm like, yo, I should drink chamomile because I gotta go to bed right after I stream. And I thought, yo, put a little green tea in there. It's good. I like it. I would recommend it. If you like green and chamomile tea, you'll probably like this even better. So, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Did I ruin my mood ring already? I want to know. I think I'm starting to ruin it. They say you're not supposed to get mood rings wet because I think it like ruins the mood changing abilities in the ring where it like doesn't really change color anymore. I'm not wearing it anymore. Well, I don't know. This is a really old mood ring, so I've been washing it for a long time, and I don't know if it changes colors. I'd have to pay closer attention. It might always be dark. I don't know. But maybe I should start taking this off when I wash my hands. I am a weirdo, and I get that this is a very unpopular opinion, but I wash my rings when I wash my hands. Because, one, if it's not durable enough to get wet, then it is not durable enough for me. Period. Two, I have heard way too many horror stories. Way too many horror stories about people taking off their rings to wash their hands and losing them, forgetting them, leaving them behind. You think I'm gonna do that with my fucking ring collection? Sure, the most expensive ring I own was given to me. Actually, no, I bought a $70 ring once. It was crazy, and it was gonna be a gift that I never gave to someone. I don't even like it that much. But that's the only expensive piece of jewelry I own. I just think you wear it till it breaks, that's fine. But yeah, I'm not trying to fucking lose my rings. Yeah, and sometimes I'll even wash my bracelets. depends on what I'm doing in there. You know what I mean? Like, I wash my jewelry. And while we're talking about this, this is probably too much. But you know what? I hate when people say, oh, when you have such long nails, how do you wipe your ass? Well, guess what? I don't dig my fingers in my butthole when I wipe my ass. Why is that a question? Why is that a question? I don't get that. There's no logic in that question. That shit is infuriating. How do you wash your hands? Like this? With soap? You think we don't fucking clean this shit? It's a factory for bacteria. Duh. Why are you asking? And I'm sure there's nasty people out there who do dig their fingers in their butt and don't wash their hands. Yeah. I'm sure. But that's not me. That's so crazy. Do you wipe it with toilet paper? Are you not using toilet paper? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. It's never, how do you get your cup in and out? Right? Because that is a lot more concerning. Because you gotta, and if you lose these are press-ons. I would not do that with press-ons, let me tell you. As soon as I started, I'd be like, there's no way. You would lose it for sure. That kind of pressure, these bitches been popping off all week. I just got this thing tomorrow, this tarot thing all day tomorrow, where I was like, I have these on for Sunday. Got them done Friday. Had no issues. Got drunk Sunday, lost a thumb, lifted a pinky. Had them on all week though. I just got rid of both thumbs. Bidet, another great solution. Another great solution to the age-old question. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. So ridiculous. Yeah. They're gonna come off tomorrow or Sunday or whatever. But it's actually really nice having a set with no thumbnails, because then you can still do stuff like a Homo sapien opposable thumb deal. It's kind of nice. It was an accident, but it was a happy accident, you know? I gotta remember to just start doing them like that. It's also funny because my key fob lock button was loose, right? And one thing about me, I obsessively lock my car. I think I like the beeping. Like, there's no other way to even justify it. Maybe historically a little OCD, right? Sure. Not even officially a diagnosis, but the professionals admit. They're like, yeah, I think you got a little OCD there. That sounds like OCD thoughts. Sounds like your OCD's flaring. Yeah, okay, OCD. I lock my car a lot. I lock it doesn't make a beep. I lock it again, it beeps. As I'm walking in to wherever I'm going, boom, 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 I'm clicking that shit. I'm obsessive. So what happened? The button fell off. Oh my God. The button fell off. So the thing that you press, that presses the button, fell off. So having the nails, perfect. I can get in there. Don't know what I'm gonna do without the nails. Probably gotta get a new one because my spare, the button is also missing. And I'm like, honestly, fuck you, Chevy. I'll never buy a Chevy for the rest of my life. Fuck them. Let's look. Yeah, dude. My friend today was like, get a new one. They're cheap. No, we're talking, this could be hundreds of dollars. Bro. Could be hundreds of dollars. It's not gonna be, but it could be. Ain't nobody got time for that. It still works, but the whole OCD factor does not allow me to lock the car in the car out of fear of forgetting my keys. That's another part of the beep, 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 is that, okay, got my keys in my hand, locking the car with the keys out of the car, not locking my keys in the car. I can't live without that. I can't just be like, yeah, let me just hit the lock button, get out of the car, close the door. And I just have to assume I'm holding my keys. I have to know where my keys are. No, because if I know I have to lock my car, I'm gonna make sure I have my fucking keys, man. I'm just saying. So it might even be worth investing the hundreds of dollars, but at this point, it still works. The fob still works. You just have to get in there. Because it's just a raw button instead of the cushy little, it's stupid. It is what it is. So, anyway, this is what we usually do when I stream. We talk for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how the stream is going. Tonight, quiet night. A vacant village, if you will. Seems very... Oh, because of your job? Beep, beep. Is it because of your job? I won't say. Or you're like, yeah, we got those bitch. The fuck. Actually, yeah, but I have the old school kind that's actually a key. So you probably couldn't, right? It's not just like programmable to my car with the push thing. It's an actual key. Which is really crazy. All right, because I'm gonna have to come check it out. So we'll talk deets. Cool. So yeah, we've been chatting for a while now. Many special interests, some complaints, mental illness and disorders. What's next? Perhaps, for the lady, some tarot. Honestly, maybe not. Maybe I don't. Maybe not. I'm gonna be doing it all day tomorrow. Or let's get it started because I didn't do it that much today. You think if I did a reading right now, it would be a bummer? Just pick a color. Actually, there's such a delay in the chat. When I said that, you probably had already picked a color. Are you serious? This is how you tell me? Wow. Okay. Thinking about red, I'm gonna get it. I have a deck that has a red bag, but I don't have it on me right here. It's in the room. I'm gonna go get it. I am, because I haven't used it in a long time. Haven't used it in probably a year. Maybe more. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the red deck. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. I could have picked a different song like Jingle Bells or whatever, but anyways, back. I got the red deck. So, it's also not Jingle Bells. I'm not excited for Christmas. I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween. I'm actually really fucking stressed about it because every single year for my entire life, I think and I plan and I generate ideas for my Halloween costume. Most years, I do more than one fucking costume. Okay? This year, I don't know. I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what I'm gonna be. Halloween is only a little over a month away. I don't know what I'm gonna be for Halloween. And guess what? Guess what? I have Halloween plans. What the fuck? Be the best. Okay. How do I do that? Just put the best on my chest? I'll just get a plain shirt and put a mirror on it. When people say, "What are you?" I'll say, "I'm you." I was gonna be Amelie at one point because I was doing the grow out. So I was like, oh, I could easily just have Amelie hair. But then I dyed it blonde. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be Terry this year. I'm going to be Amelie. Well, my hair's never going to be that short again, probably, because I'm so do not like to grow out. My hair is so long right now. Longest it's been in 2 years. I actually did shave my head 2 years ago, almost to the day. It was like mid-September, I shaved my head. So this is 2 years. And I've gotten my hair trimmed in that time. I've been keeping up on my dead ends. It's quite a bit of growth. It's more growth than I had expected. And honestly, would I shave my head again? Yeah. So hot. I look so good with a shaved head, scar and all. I look at pictures of them, I'm like, damn, girl, you are a model. Oh my God. Would I grow my hair out again? Don't think so. I looked older a year ago with I had grandma hair. Grandma hair. It was like side swooping, this short, and it was blonde, orange, pink, orange. I looked so old. And it's so crazy how much hair will make a difference. All the way short, model. All the way long, young. Okay, maybe I'm not pulling off young, but I look way younger. Midlife? Which I think this is like midlife for a lady, but yeah, this shit was crazy. I looked like a grandma. And then I had like the shag going, the middle part, the shag. That was pretty cool, but it was very masculine. It was giving like guy in the 70s trying to go surfing because it was blonde. But yeah, that dude's trying to catch mad waves and mad bitches, you know. The hair I've had over the years is crazy. So I'm happy to be here. But I think that's why I'm struggling so much with my Halloween costume. Who do I be? What do I do? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. So if y'all have any ideas what I should be for Halloween besides the best. I think what happens is it's so cold lately on Halloween. Like the past few years, it's been really cold on Halloween. Actually, I think last year wasn't that cold, but the year before was so cold. And the year before, I was Fox Mulder, so I was like in a suit, and I was still like, damn, it's cold. I know, right? Because I was already Fox. I could totally be Scully. But it's actually a really hard costume to do because it's very, very hard to find a suit on a budget on a whim. That's what I learned when I was Mulder. Very difficult. Of course, you could wear a lab. I might still have a lab coat from when I did lab and biology. I don't know. Um, Scully could wear scrubs, lab coat, or suit, but she did the skirts usually. I think she wore heels. Crazy, so unrealistic. Why the fuck would an FBI agent, an FBI field agent, be wearing heels? Be honest, she wouldn't. She fucking literally wouldn't. She wouldn't. Is the thing. That's what's so crazy. Who did that? I think it was just because she's short. She's only like 5'1". David Duchovny's like 6 feet tall. They had to kind of meet in the middle, I guess, where he stood like this and she stood on heels. Anyway. Bothers me. She's like chasing someone in heels. Bro, you would not do that. You would not do that. If you worked in the office, sure. But as a field agent, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Very annoying. So yeah, I don't know what to be for Halloween, but that's okay. I've dyed my hair and cut my hair for Halloween costumes in the past. So if I wanted to do Dana, I would do it up. I would do it all. You know? I'd be like, but I don't want to do that. Because I just talked about how much I love my hair. I don't want to cut it. It's a little messy today, but yeah. 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 So, thanks. We'll see. There's always like the backup go to Hunter S. Thompson, which I've done like kind of before. I went up north for like a Halloween weekend once, and I did a different costume every day. So that's a go-to. I have the glasses. I have a bucket hat. I have so many. I have too many bucket hats. I got like at least 2 Bahama shirts. I could definitely just be Hunter S. Thompson. Just tuck my hair, slick it back. I even have a visor. I have 2 visors. But then if I wore the visor, I'd have to get a bald cap. That would be so funny. Because I have plans. I have multiple events in attendance and places to be for Halloween time. Not Halloween day, but Halloween time. I always go trick-or-treating with the kids, not just me. So again, I usually like to have a costume for each thing. But I don't know. Anyway, sure is getting late. Sure is getting late. Let's do a quick read. So this is what I call my Reiki deck. And the reason I call it my Reiki deck is because a proclaimed Reiki master gave me this deck. She gave it to me in this bag. That's why it's not in a Crown Royal bag. A lot of my decks are used, so that doesn't really bother me. it was just happened to happen the way it did. We met at a restaurant. She was serving me. And we were talking about tarot, and she's like, I have a deck on me. I was like, cool. I'm pretty sure I was looking to buy this deck at one point in Colorado. She's like, you should have it. I was going to get rid of it anyway. What? Crazy. It was so nice. She makes TikToks. I don't know where her TikTok handle is though. So. Anyway, she said, I'm a Reiki master. And Reiki, kind of as how I understand it, you'd have to like look up your own definition of Reiki, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of like cleansing, you know? It's like using energy to get rid of your bad energy. It's like, here's my good energy, and I'm gonna get rid of your bad energy. Okay. So, because this is my Reiki deck, I think of this deck as one that tells us what we need to get rid of. So basically, whatever cards come up, it's almost like a whole deck of reversals. Like reversals are the opposite or without. So this deck is like, let's say you get the 5 of Swords. Then you need to get rid of your defeatist mentality. Let's say it's the Queen of Pentacles. Then you need to get rid of your sugar mama. That kind of thing. So, it takes some getting used to. And I made up the rules, so I don't have to do that, but that's just like how I felt. That's just what I feel. And it's so funny because there's bite marks on this card. And I really don't remember if I put the card in my mouth or if they came with a bite mark. But I love it. I love it. God damn, this is slipping slidey deck. So when the card's in the reverse, it's kind of confusing because then it means like you need it. Because if it's the opposite, it's, you know, you don't have it. But if it's in the reverse, then it's the opposite of what you would be getting rid of. So you need it. I don't know, I haven't used this deck in a long time, but I really do like it. I don't know why I like only took certain decks to work, and then the other day I was like, why am I neglecting these decks? But I started kind of streaming this week, and I haven't used this deck in a long time either, which I really like it. It's very beautiful. It's like sorry, I don't know why I got the hiccups all of a sudden. It's like animal collages, and it's so cool, and I love it so much. But I just haven't used it in probably years at this point because I'm so focused on my main decks. Okay, well, let's bust out some of the old decks too. Let's go all in. Let's use all the decks. And I have 3 decks that I need to learn still. So, yeah. I do have a small pile. It's face down, and I think it's in the reverse. So we could stop shuffling at this point. We'll be done. Okay, so I'll be honest, we are not starting in a great spot. I'm going to be real with you. This is not great. This is actually kind of crazy. Because when I read, the Cups family is the family. So when we're talking pentacles, discs, right? It's money, people. In my Thoth deck, the Princess of Discs will represent an investment. The Prince of Discs will represent wanting to make an investment, while the King or Queen of Discs is someone who is a breadwinner, a money maker, a provider, right? So, disc family. Wands, very passionate, even sexual energy, because the Prince of Wands, a fuckboy. The Princess of Wands, someone who is growing. The Queen of Wands, a mature person who's emotionally stable. The Knight of Wands or King of Wands, passionate, fiery, heroic even. Right? The Sword family. Prince of Swords or Princess of Swords can sometimes represent children, but it really represents pettiness, right? Having a tongue on you, being mouthy. Because it doesn't have to be about kids and be about you, where it's like, hey, you're being called out right here, right? The Queen and Knight or King of Swords can represent turmoil or attitude with a parent, right? They can all represent those people to us. But when it comes to the Cup family, it is that. It is the mother, it is the father. It is the daughter, it is the son, or a baby, pregnancy. So the reason I'm explaining this is because at the bottom of the deck, we got the King of Cups. Yeah, King of Cups, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, what we just talking about. Crazy. So, what do you need to get rid of? First things first, you need to get rid of any conflict in your heart. Any ill will, any argument, any unresolved drama. I won't say trauma, I'll say drama. Any disappointments, any letdowns, you gotta let it all go. The tally's erased. It's time to move on from all that was and become what is and what is now. Because we cannot fixate on grudges, the past, the hurt. It's done. You have to let it go. You cannot ask the questions you want to ask. You will not get the answers you want to hear. It is what it is. It's time to let it go. And also, a little bit gotta let go of your expectations. You cannot be guarded and also expect sympathy, right? You can't say, yeah, I'm fine, doing okay, everything's good, doing my best, whatever, do what I can. Okay, but also, no one's there for me. I feel so alone. Going through this by myself. I don't have any support. Well, you told everyone you're okay. You can't have it both ways. You're either okay or you're not okay. It's all right either way, but you can't expect sympathy when you're putting on a facade. So the expectations need to be let go. The expectation of you need to be strong, and the expectation that you'll get sympathy in that state. Right? You have to be vulnerable to receive the support that you're looking for. Because if people don't know you need support, if they don't understand the situation, if they don't know how you truly feel, how are they gonna, why would they support you? Hey, how are you? I'm good. Cool. Good to hear, man. Really proud of you. Awesome. Hey, how are you? Not doing so hot. Going through some stuff. Feeling pretty down and alone. Hey, man, I'm here for you. You know those are both very true conversations. Very true conversation. How are you? It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, it is. So, you gotta think about that. Think about what you're saying to elicit the response that you want. Yeah, I think these are all in reverse, dude. Fuck. And they're face down. So when a card is face down, it's kind of like what needs to be addressed or what needs to come to surface. And if it's in the reverse, it's the opposite. But this is the deck of letting go. So it's basically confusing. It's a little confusing. I never figure out how I work. I never remember how I figure this out. 5 of Cups. Prepared to be disappointed. Just kidding. You're already prepared to be disappointed. Nobody is saying you're going to be disappointed. You're saying I'll probably be disappointed. 10 of Swords. Something you need to realize is this is not your burden. Not your cross to bear, if you will. Not your battle. Right? Like, it's not that it's not about you, but you don't have to crusade for the cause. You actually do have other things to do. I'm not going to say better or more important things to do, just other things. This is going back to that first card of like you're expecting disappointment. You are the one calling in the disappointment. You also feel you will not receive justice or that the situation is unjust. Okay, well, I don't want to do the comparing thing, but think about that, right? I don't have to point out what's happening in the world, what's going on with people, and make you feel bad in the moment, right? About the comparison game, because we're not supposed to compare. We're supposed to be able to live our own world, live in our truth, do what we need to do. But at the same time, you do gotta recognize, like, damn, okay, this might be the best case scenario. It feels unfair, but actually, it's as fair gets. Right? I do think you need to educate yourself on the situation, know more about what's going on, get more involved, be more active, or I should say proactive, perhaps. You're probably not cursed. that seems oddly specific. You're like taking it out on yourself. Oh, this is my fault. I did this. I'm the reason this is happening. I'm the reason bad things happen to the people I love. You're not. It's not that. Bad things have to happen eventually. This is something that I talked to some professional with. Maybe it was my therapist. Where I was explaining, like, yeah, sometimes I don't want to say anxiety because I don't think I've been crippled with anxiety. I don't. I get anxious thoughts. I have been crippled with paranoia, for sure. Huge difference, by the way. And if you don't know, you don't want to. We'll say that. I have always been a paranoid person. And granted, I live in such a way that, yeah, it makes sense for me to be paranoid. For sure. Especially as time moves on, it's like, yeah, me doing what I did 3 years ago today, whoo, yeah, bad news. And it's all on the internet anyway, so if they really wanted to be like, let's watch 400 hours of this chick's stream, and we're gonna get really upset about the things she's saying, and the way she criticizes, yeah, I could totally be paranoid about that. I choose not to be. I choose to just ignore it, not care. But I do get anxious thoughts sometimes. And what I explained to my professional, my therapist or whoever, I was like, yeah, I get these anxious thoughts. And it's kind of weird because nothing bad ever really happened. I have no reason to be thinking these thoughts, right? Like, it's just kind of weird. Like going somewhere and thinking, oh, well, hopefully no one breaks into my car because I have a lot of stuff in my car. And it might look like if people are stealing, but there's actually nothing of value in my car. So there would be no point breaking into it, so it should be fine. Okay, no one's ever broken into my car. Could we find a little wood to knock down? So why do I have these anxious thoughts about someone breaking into my car? I don't know. Because I'm obsessive about my car. We talked about that earlier. Beep, 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 beep. I'm obsessive about it. It's that kind of thing, right? The more you focus on it, the more you're going to call it in. So if you're like, oh my God, this one bad thing is happening. Okay, when was the last time something really bad happened, right? It can't be good all the time. Everybody's got to go sometime, if you will. So maybe we have to sit back and realize, yeah, it's actually not as bad as it could be. And eventually this was going to happen. And now it's happening. And that sucks. But it is what it is at the end of the day. I might need a little more love and support. I might need a little sympathy. Maybe some people can relate and they can find empathy. But, you can't think everything terrible is happening now. It's my fault and I deserve this and get those anxious thoughts or even paranoid thoughts, right? If something bad happens, it's an isolated incident because bad things happen. That's it. The Empress. This kind of does give the vibe of no one's coming to save you. But it's also the acceptance of no one coming to save you. That one kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it's okay to need support and help in getting through something, right? So it's not like totally ridiculous to think someone will guide you, but that doesn't mean they will save you, right? And also, I would even go out on a limb and say that the situation might financially fuck you a little bit. and you won't get a lot of financial help from anyone. That might suck. That might hurt. The Hierophants. Let go of tradition. Don't think, when am I going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G like everybody else? I want, all my friends are A, B, C, D, and I'm not even at A. Or I want to honor this person by getting to G before, oh well, start with A. But also, fuck it. You don't have to, you can go A, G, F, D, B. It's really hard to say the alphabet out of order, but you get what I'm saying. You don't have to follow in anybody's footsteps. You can simply forge your own path. And the Fool. You cannot let this paralyze you. You cannot let this instill fear in you to make you not want to move forward or go anywhere. Don't let anyone guilt you. Oh, well, you're all I have. I need you here. Cut that out real fast. I'm sorry, but I still have to live my own life. I was actually so moved by the situation, I need to move. I gotta go. I gotta fly. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'll be back. I'll call. I'll check in. But at this point, I have to go while I still can. Because God forbid I'm next. Right? 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Contradicting to what I just said. You maybe don't want to be selfish right now. It's like the need to be selfish without the desire to be selfish. Like, you're not thinking selfishly, but there's a call to be a little more selfish. Because self-sacrificing actually doesn't help anyone, even the person you're sacrificing yourself for. So, yeah, cool. That's pretty much it. That's the reading. So, hope it was good. Like I said, haven't used this deck in a really long time. Really long time. But I actually like it. I like that. I think the reading was pretty good. For not really knowing what's going on. It is what it is. But it is past my bedtime. I have got to go. I'm glad I got a reading in. I debated on not doing one at all. Glad we did it. Hope you liked it. Hope to see you again on the next stream. Tomorrow I might be out too late to stream. But I might come on tomorrow because I don't have to work Sunday. I might have some plans Sunday, but I don't have to work Sunday. So I can pretty much do my shit any time of the day. It don't matter. So I could theoretically stay up late. Might be able to stream Sunday. We'll see. I do want to start streaming more regularly, but it's not always possible, so I try to fit it in where I can. This week, I can't. Next week, don't know. We'll see. So, with that, I wish you all the best. Good night, good luck, and all that stuff. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Wherever you are in the world, here I am. Glad we could connect for this time that we did. Thank you. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Follow. Do whatever. I gotta go. See you next time, which maybe tomorrow or hopefully just soon. I love you.